All right. So I think I'll begin a bit early. That will give me more time to do my presentation. I hope you can hear me well. So nice to meet you. I'm Christoph Klopfert. I'm one of the product owners for accounting. So I'm wondering why are you not listening to those guys really? Because they are presenting everything that I've done for 1 year. But if you're not interested in accounting, I still have a treat for you. I'm going to present you one of our other industry. So after Luc spoke about billboards, I'm going to talk to you about another industry that I know a bit because I have some friends into it, which is lawyers. Um, let's first dive into the details. There's a link to the Q&A pad if you want here already. I'm going to re-give it at the end of the presentation. So basically, what are we going to tackle here? Well, I'm a owner for accounting. I've been developing, really advanced features for accounting. So we go really deep into some of our apps. But what is the core target of Odoo? And Odoo is there to provide a great solution for people to help them manage their business better, especially the small ones. This is where Odoo actually managed to hit a target that was really hard to do before. And one of those are, all those small law offices, or, even all those small professions that actually invoice whatever time they spend on a case. So law offices, what are we trying to promote at Odoo and how to solve it? Odoo, one of the great things is you buy one software and we will try to tackle as many of your business cases using one solution without you requiring to connect various solutions together. What can we and how can we help lawyers improve their processes when they are working with Odoo? I'm going to try to tackle three different needs lawyers usually have, especially when they're working in those small offices. The first one is basically, getting known. To get known now, you need to be on the internet, you need to present who you are, and you need to be able to be contacted easily. So that's the first thing that we'll try to show now is having, a small website where you can present the team in your offices, present the expertise that you have and what are you tackling. Maybe show testimonials of all the great cases that you've solved with your clients, but also get an interactive website where you can get contacted and people can, take appointment with you. So that's the first thing is help lawyers meet the clients. Once they have met them, well, they need to handle the case. And in Odoo, how do we create a case? How do we centralize all the data that is needed to handle that case? Let's centralize all the documents that we've done and let's automate as many processes as we can. Ultimately, one of the things that you also want to do is to manage your agenda and manage your time better. This is really one of the main cases that we want to try to tackle. And at the end, well, unfortunately, for the people that need them, lawyers do not work for free. They need to get paid the right amount at the right time. The idea is to show you how, well, at the end of that workflow, well, send your invoice in a timely manner and in appropriate format to your clients. And maybe if I have some time, I will not be able to prevent myself to even show you, even if not, it's not in the case, well, at the end, you can still activate the accounting in one click and directly do your accounting with all your data directly available. So I'm not going to cheat. So we'll create the database live. So let's do this. This is a very small database, but to show you how easy it is to create a database, and then from there go into the industry and select the one that you need on top of the on top of the database that you need. So here I'm creating a database, a very small one without anything in it really. It's a matter of seconds, and then this is where you will find now all your industries. They're available directly into our app store for you to activate them, and I'm going to activate them here. If you create a completely new database, Um, for a real client, you will not need to do that, but here I'm going to import some additional demo data. So, well, I have some things to show to you. So this is going to take between 1 or 2 minutes, which will give me just enough time to talk to you a bit in general, what are those industry modules. Um, so as I've shown to you, industry modules as basically modules that will be available on the App Store. This is a completely new repository, which is an open one. So anyone from the community can actually start creating those industries and let them be ported to all the available versions. I believe we're a bit teasing here because Fabien, at the end of this presentation, talked about two things that need to be announced. Might be spoiling here a bit, but whatever. I think it's always great for you to get a sneak peek, so thank you for listening, basically. Um, what is present in those data modules? Well, it's easy to answer. That answer is anything that is not server-based. So you can do as much as you want in those industry modules. You can do data, specific data configuration, additional fields, everything you can do with Studio, basically you can do in those industry modules, change your views, adding fields, that is all possible. Even create those automated actions that Fabien shown to you during his keynote, how easy it is to do now. They can be already pre-configured in those data modules, and you can also customize everything that you want around it, like CSS views, JavaScript, and web pages to customize the website. And I'm going to show you that in a moment. What cannot be, basically, is specific Python code. We will be porting those industry modules with all the version that we are going to release. So we want to avoid to have any problem and add the burden to that. Of course, if you want to do additional modules, it's always possible to do everything else. So let's see if my database is ready now. I think that it is, so I was not lying. And we can dive right through it. So I'm going to show you how we solve the three big business cases. So getting known, have a website. Then 2, handle your business case. And 3, do your invoice, send them, and get paid. All data modules will come with a knowledge article, which is giving you a summary of those business flows. So I'm not going to go into the details here, but it's also easy for you if you install such a database to basically just see what we've done and try to reproduce it yourself. Also very useful if you're doing a demonstration. You only have to follow that. All that is pre-configured. All right. So getting known was the first thing that we've done. Well, we had a great presentation of all the possibilities that are done in our website. So the lawyer industry website module comes with a pre-configured website. It's a simple one. There's only a bunch of pages, but most of the time it's going to be enough. So I have a basic website with, some text and some images that are related to the industry that I'm talking about here, lawyers. And remind yourself that it's so easy to edit that website when you need. It's a matter of just a bunch of clicks and edit some text or change the images. I'm not a web designer myself, even though I was able to do that website, completely by myself, basically. So I'm going to try to edit it if the Wi-Fi lets me do it. Yeah, so it's as easy as just changing a bunch of things here. Let's say that I want to add a new block. Let's do at the end, what can we do? Like a carousel, I drag it here, and I can start to edit it. So it's really as easy as that. The industry module will come with a predetermined, bunch of pages that is going to help you in most of the case. So here, for lawyers, I wanted to be able to present my office, explain in what type of practice or center of expertise my desk or my law office is working. Maybe present the team is also something that is very useful. So here I can pretty easily see that. But at the end of the day, I want to take an appointment. So let's do that. I'm going to be you know what I'm going to do? I'll do that with a completely new, um, just incognito page. So it's not done with my with my user. Okay, I've seen that. I'm going to select myself, so I have my own user. And what I'm going to do is, I'm a bit busy right now, but I'll have some more time on Friday. So let's take an appointment for Friday. Uh, yeah, that's it. Then who am I? I'm going to be the John Smith guy. Yeah, that's good enough. I have some base details that is available. One of the things that we've not discussed yet, but one of the cool things that come pre-built with Odoo, here I have a pre-configured database where people can already select some available time in my agenda. And you can also, synchronize that with the Odoo discuss functionality. So I can already have in place, out of the box, without needing anything else, give the opportunity for people to reserve slot in my agenda, and we can meet online. So my appointments can also be taken online, and the person in question will get a confirmation of that appointment that is made on the test address, and he will be given a Odoo discuss link, which he can use for us to make the call online. So that's pretty cool. Now, how does it look in the backend now? So let's go back to the backend. I'm logged out myself. I can learn how to use Odoo here, but let's just go, okay, my agenda. There should be something in it now. Oh yeah, I see that on Friday. Somebody just reserved a slot into my agenda. Remember that you can easily synchronize your Outlook, your Google Agenda with Odoo, and your appointment system will also use the reserved slots in your agenda to make sure that nobody can book you twice in a row. So would I have done this, seeing I was just away in my agenda, I would be sure that nobody could book me for that open slot, really. So getting known, let people book an appointment with you is a really important process for lawyers, and we believe that this could be very helpful for you if you start using Odoo. Okay, we are some minutes later now. We have the meeting together. I'm meeting with the guy, and we basically agreed that it's a good idea that we start working together. So I will need to create a case for him in my database. All right, so let's do this. First, this is a good reminder that when you have one software where everything is structured and working together, I don't have to create the profile of my client anymore. By registering his appointment online, while the data that was already encoded by him is already present in my database, I can still open it and maybe, complete his data. Um, let's say that is from over here in Belgium. No, that was that. Okay, whatever. And he comes from Belgium, so that's going to be useful down the line when I'm trying to send an invoice. Well, let's rather, complete the data from now. All right, so my John Smith is done, and we agreed that we will be working together. I will be working for him. He agreed on most of my services. Here, I'm using a standard quotation template, so that's a crazy complicated name in Odoo, just to say that this comes with a pre-configured type of offer that we have with the client. There's a bunch of different products that come pre-packaged in it, with a bunch of different type of costs that lawyers usually face. There's a case opening fee, which is due as soon as we meet and we agree that we will work together. Just it's a standard fee to open a file at my office. Then there's another type of product, which is a lawyer fee. So I will invoice my client for the time that I will spend on his case. So this comes with an estimation of the number of hours that we typically do, but let's say you can easily change that. Let's say that we know that for this case it's probably going to be a bit less. And other type of expenses that we almost always use in those typical lawyer cases, where you make them pay for the traveling expenses at a fixed rate, or the number of pages that you need to redact. This is also coming at a fixed price, but this will be input manually at the end when we know how much we will do for that case. The person is in front of me, so I don't need, to send him a quotation by email or get it confirmed. We can do that directly here. One of the great things that you will see is that as soon as I will confirm that sale order, Odoo will create all the necessary elements in the database so that I can already start working in it. I think my Wi-Fi is completely dead. Yep, okay, it's coming back. So you will see that on top of it, you see that there is a project link, and one of the project, which is lawyer fees, has created a task on it. So I can always navigate in Odoo by using all those smart links of all those concepts together. So let's say that I know this is for John Smith, I don't know, family reunion or something like that. So I will assign myself as the project manager. That's fine. And then let's see, I can always go back to the sale order, by the way, and you can also access the task directly on it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So here I'm going to be the one that will be working on the lawyer fees, and well, I will already register that this one way that you can do is just open the task that is linked to your case and start registering your timesheet manually. So this is one way of doing it. I'm going to show you more right in a moment. Remember also that in a case some things can evolve. I can always add new cost centers or new type of prestations that need to be done. So let's say that I realize a bit later down the line that some administration fees will also need to be to be done at this point, maybe like 2 hours. Administration fees is also a type of cost that will need to be timesheeted. So see that here another task was already immediately created in my project, and I can access the Kanban view of my project to see who's working on what. So I'm John Smith. I will be doing the lawyer fee. I can put the task in progress, indicating that I'm working on it. It's all good and perfect like that. Another way of registering your timesheet. So now we've done the meeting together. It's done, and we want to. The next day I will be working for like 8 hours on that case. I can just open the timesheet, come at the desk, I start working. I don't care. I just launch the timer and I start working. We'll see later for the timesheet. So an automatic timer like that is pretty nice. Okay, then I've done everything that I need. Let's find my project. I work on the lawyer fees. Here you see that the timer has been updating completely and just doing some preparations. Okay, I don't care. I can stop it here. There's a base increment of 15 minutes. I can always add that or change that manually. Let's say that at the end of the day, I've worked for 6 hours. And yeah, it's all done. This is a great way for me to start registering precisely how much time I spend on each case, because at the end of the day, that's what I'm going to invoice. So yeah, I've created my case, set up my cost centers. It has created my projects. I can assign my, my collaborators on the task, start registering some time. Well, now let's get paid. That's the last part. So for this, there's multiple ways to do that, but you can always come back to your center management or to your case management. And here, Odoo will be smart enough to know what type of costs need to be invoiced. So as I said, there are multiple types of products that have been created. Case opening was a fee that was already need to be perceived as soon as it's created. Lawyer fees, 6 of them have been made, so I can start to invoice that. Let's say that on top of that, I've done 1 pages and we've traveled 40 kilometers, so I have something to invoice as well. And now I will create my invoice. I'll just create a regular one. And only the costs that are actually due will be taken in consideration when creating the invoice. That's very useful for a lawyer that might be spending multiple months on a case. Well, each time they have new costs that can be invoiced, they could send an invoice every month to get the specific fees done. And then once that is okay, I can just confirm, send and print. Yeah, that's basically once you need to set up your document layout, which I had not done already. I don't need to download the invoice. I just send it, and my customer will basically get it by email. And well, that's it. That's one of the coolest flow from getting known on the internet, people finding you, let's meet, create a case, start registering some data on it, work on it, while registering every cost that needs to be invoiced and create the invoice. It's a full flow. And one thing that I'm not supposed to do, but I see that I still have a bit of time, and I can prevent myself from doing it as an accounting manager, product manager. Well, one of the great things from Odoo is that everything is integrated, and so you can always add additional application afterwards. And one of them is you could try to do that as a lawyer, is persuading your accountant to start, managing your accounting directly in Odoo. Afterwards, I've just created an invoice. Well, if we can already do the accounting directly in the database, well, it's as easy as installing that. I believe it's going to take 1 to 2 minutes again to basically install the accounting, and immediately the invoice that I've created will be automatically taken into account into the accounting package that has just been installed. No, that's already done. Fantastic. So let's see if I can access it now. Yeah, you see that the accounting app has replaced the invoicing, and I can already see why am I not see? Yeah, could do that, and I see that the invoice that I've created, even though the accounting app was not installed, is already taken into account in my accounting, in my balance sheet, in my profit and loss, and that's the beauty of Odoo. Start small and get bigger. So I'm at the end of that presentation. So I think I still have some time for Q&As, and I'll be happy to answer them if you have any. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do I have any?
Thank you, Christophe. Really good presentation here today, Christophe. So we have many people that send some questions that we can answer today. So please, if you want to send a question to Christophe, you can use here the pad. So we can start a very interesting question from Ahmed as well. That is it possible to include case management with court updates?
Well, of course, and I think it goes back to the first question that I see there. You have a perfectly normal Odoo database that has been created via this flow. So if you want to start, building your own module, doing some extra customization on it, there's no problem. You are always free to do it. Of course, I know that we could generate some additional expectation here because case management can be sometimes relying on extra communication with government services or additional specific websites. For now, this is not included in that module, but I've already seen some of those existing on the community app store, or you can do your own customization with it. So it's perfectly doable. This is a normal Odoo database. Feel free to do everything you want with it.
That's great, Christophe, and also important. Someone as well as, could you please show how I can get this industry module? Is it Odoo SaaS only?
Well, I think that I've been able to demonstrate that like in one day, because apparently it's not supposed to be out yet, but in one day you go odoo.com/trial, you create a database, you load into your database, you go into apps, industry, select it, install it, and it's done. It takes less than 5 minutes.
That's great. There's also many other industries, no, Christophe? So it's a very interesting set that we have.
And I will add on top of it that you've seen that there's an additional checkbox, and that checkbox can be used to load some additional, demo data that you can use. And that's great to do demonstration to other people because we have input there a bunch of already created sale orders and invoices, so you do not start with an empty database.
That's great. And another question from Vincent. For law firms, confidentiality is very important. What protocols are in place in case of a breach to limit the damage, especially regarding documentation? I guess it's related to user rights. Correct?
Yes. Yeah, there's a bunch of things that are in place. You can always find on the website of Odoo, we have the database regarding data protection, security, and everything that is in place in terms of legal requirements that we answer. You will find all those answered directly on the website of Odoo. And if you had additional, more particular questions about it, well, don't hesitate to contact any of the guys in the support about that. But lots of documentation can be seen on the Odoo website, and don't worry, we're working for accounting firms as well, and they take data protection and privacy also in high regard.
That's good. There are some messages of love saying that you are a great PO.
Yeah, thank you guys.
And also here, the documentation module, is it active?
Of course it
is.
is.
One of the main modules here of this database, right?
I may have skipped too quickly on it, but let's go there. I'm going to go back to my case. All right, the task. And let's say that during the work that I've done here, I have a link to the document. So I can create and upload documents directly from here. Let's say, I think I even prepared one. Yeah. Let's say a sample PDF here, and now it's just created and linked to the task. So now if I go back to the task, I know that I have a document. Each project has its own workspace. So yes, Documents app is created and added in that module, definitely, and you can always manage them fully via the app. Yeah.
Okay, another point, another question that we had is that if most lawyer software automatically track time in Word or email, is it also possible to track the time?
In Word or email, I don't really know what that's supposed to mean, but
I have the impression that's possible to track in the project apps, right?
Well,
as timesheet.
Yeah, I think I've demonstrated as well here. Just open your Odoo. See, also very easy to do. Like timesheet works great on your mobile. Just get your mobile ready, click on start, and then you can forget it as soon as you want. And if you need some more additional data, you can always add lines here, manage your timesheets. Very easy to do.
Okay, that's really good. Christoph, thank you very much.
Yep,
it was a great presentation. Thank you everyone that sent also a message. And let's keep seeing the other industries that we have to do. I think this is amazing new, some new things that we have in the version 17. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.